What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. This is Pro Wrestling Sim saving the AWA as we continue our first ever Crush Tag Team Tournament. And we are still working our way on the road to retribution. Which is actually only 11 days away. Got a lot of shows though. We're not doing retribution today. That'll be the next stream. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're doing these 5. We're going all the way to Gold Rush. So we're doing Superstars Action, 2 more nights of the Super Tag Series, the Crush Tag Tournament, and the AWA All-Star Wrestling, which is my Clash of Champions type deal. And then the next episode will be Superstars Action Go Home shows, night 5 of the Super Tag Series, and then the actual pay-per-view of Retribution. So got a lot of shit to do today. And I don't know if I have to, do I have to re-sign anybody today? I shouldn't have to. Nah, we should be good. Adonis is 47 days away, which I'm leaning towards keeping him actually. We'll see though. We'll see if he accepts it. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Interesting show coming up. Let's do this. First up, AWA Superstars in the Bradley Center in Wisconsin. Start the show. 100%. Love to see it. 100%. Southern Heat versus Miracle Violence Connection. Scott Norton defeats Joey Maggs by pinfall, 60%. I had been starting out my shows with a big segment, and it was working, but I don't want to just like fall into the same trap like the Attitude Era where it was like that, or not even really the Attitude Era. I mean, the Attitude Era did do it a lot, but where like the Triple H fucking Evolution era, where like every fucking beginning of the show, the dude would come out and they'd talk for 20 minutes or whatever to set up the main event, you know? So this one I decided to go ahead and just start out with a match. Not terrible. Scott Norton got the dub, but he only got 0.5 popularity change while Gordy got a 1.1, so that's interesting. 24%. The Fabulous Freebirds were watching the match from the back. Hayes says Gordy's team is looking a lot better when they go against someone who isn't the Fabulous Freebirds, but all of that will change when they get in the ring with them. 99%. Piper promo. Piper is backstage. Piper says tonight he begins the honeydew list from Ted DiBiase, and it starts with Big Dan Spivey. Danny Boy is in for a real treat tonight. Piper says that he's going to try and make quick work of him so he can move on to Mr. Casanova. 81% match. Okay. All right, Piper. Piper carrying. Piper wins by roll-up pinfall over Big Dan Spivey. %. Vader defeats David Schultz by pinfall with the Vader Bomb. 91%. Sid Vicious comes out and attacks Vader from behind. Sid gives him a power bomb. Heyman is out on stage and says that Vader wants Sid so bad that he will be. It says that if Vader wants Sid so. Wait, how did I write that? Heyman is out on stage and says that Vader wants Sid so bad that he will be sorry what he asked for. Oh, like he's overzealous is how I wrote it. Okay, gotcha. Heyman says, I don't even know how the fuck I wrote that. I was trying to figure out what context I was trying to put it in. Heyman says Sid will give him one final shot at the AWA National Championship at AWA All-Star Wrestling Gold Rush. Heyman says that here's the catch. If Vader loses, he must move away from Sid and doesn't get another shot at the title while Sid has it. Wait a minute. Did I put that in there for Gold Rush? Yes, I did. Okay. All right, just making sure because I don't remember putting that in there for Gold Rush. So yeah. So Vader doesn't win. He's got to move on. Jesse Ventura is standing backstage with the attraction. Ventura says that Rick Martello is going to be headed to the AWA Wrestle Rock Rumble as he officially declares for the match. Ventura says that he deserves it as he defeated Tito Santana in Santana's first match in AWA. Ventura says his six-man team Flex Appeal will be going against the winner of the match at Gold Rush between the Freebirds and Miracle Violence Connection, because Ventura says the world is going to find out just how good this collection of talent really is. 80%. And a 98% contract signing to end it for a 24-minute segment. Love to see it. Let's go, dude. That's crazy. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about this contract signing between Rick Rude and Randy Savage. As it takes place, Rick Rude and Heyman make their entrance. Savage makes his entrance. Heyman says at AWA Retribution, Randy Savage will be taken down of the peg he so richly needs to be taken down to by Rick Rude. Heyman says that Randy Savage can't touch Rude when it comes to looks or brains or body. Heyman says that at AWA Retribution, the AWA World title will be coming to the Alliance. Randy Savage says that's cute, but he knows he's better than Rick Rude, and he has 3 things to show him as proof. Savage pulls out his Wrestle Rock Rumble trophy from under the table. Then he pulls out his Nick Bockwinkel Invitational trophy. And finally he says, in case you needed more proof, this world title on my shoulders says that I'm the best in the world, and more importantly, you aren't. Rick Rude signs the contract first, and then Savage. They get in each other's face and start trash talking each other off mic. All of a sudden, Paul Heyman pushes Savage in the back as Savage turns around. Rude attacks him from behind. And Rude and Savage then brawl as the show goes off the air and Heyman runs away. 100, 100, 96, 100, 100, 100, 95. That's crazy, dude. That just carried the show. 88%. With a 98% 24-minute segment to end it. $3.97 million. 18,850 tickets. Why are they making Earthquake defend this fucking $1 million championship so many times? It's so weird. I don't understand it. I don't understand what's going on with that title. That's like the only title they've been defending. It's so odd. All right, we're going to the next event here. We're going to go... Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so we're doing action first. I forgot that they're on the same day again because I messed up the dates when I went to go make it. I had this problem last time, too. All right, start show. 100%. We're at the Bradley Center again in Wisconsin. %, opening segment. The Horsemen come out to the ring. Flair says at Gold Rush, he and Luger are going to take out Sting and Road Warrior Animal, but tonight he wants to take out their leader. Flair calls out Dusty Rhodes. Dusty comes out with the Midnight Riders as backup. Dusty asks Flair what he could possibly want. Flair says he wants to have a one-on-one match with Dusty tonight. Dusty says that he wants that too, and he can't wait to take out the Nature Boy. Flair says he was talking about Dusty versus Larry Zbyszko, not himself. Flair says the night will be Dusty going against Larry. Dusty says that's fine, but that the AWA Television Championship is going to be on the line or no deal. Flair looks at Larry. Larry gives him a head nod, and Flair says done. 93%. %61% as Dump Matsumoto defeats Wendy Richter to retain the AWA Women's Championship. %100%. Tony Schiavone does a sit-down interview with Plano the Clown and Heliquin. Tony says, thank you for joining me, Plano and Heliquin. Congratulations on winning the AWA International Championship. Is it true that you think you ended Hulkamania? Plano stares and doesn't even blink for several seconds at Tony Schiavone. Plano then says, Hulk Hogan is old news. He's gone. I'm here. I think we should talk about the first person who tried to stand up to me on his behalf, Bob Backlund. Bobby, the one person who should be happy that I ended Hulkamania in the AWA. The same guy who lost the title to Sheik, and when Sheik lost to Hogan, Backlund was pushed aside and never given another shot. Bobby should be thanking me. Tony Schiavone then says, so if you were to give out your first title defense at AWA Retribution, is Backlund the man you'd like to go against? Plano says, I don't really care who I go against, but it would be a cherry on top for sure if it was Backlund. In fact, let me issue the challenge instead. Bobby, if you're watching. Plano then gets closer to the camera slowly while talking, and you definitely should be. Plano is coming for you. Plano the Clown versus Bob Backlund for the AWA International title at AWA Retribution. Be there or be what you already are. Square. And then Plano laughs maniacally into the camera. Tony says, there you have it. As Plano walks off, I'll be getting Backlund's response when I sit down with him next week. So 100% at 10-minute sit-down interview segment, so that's pretty cool. 78%. As we have Lex Luger defeat Austin Idol with the running forearm and a pinfall. And then we have another 100%. Okay. A video plays where Rabadaba says Jake the Snake Roberts wants to go against Ricky Steamboat and cut the head off the Dragon. Daba says the Demolition were omitted from the Crush Tag Team Tournament because they were too dangerous. Daba says, well, it doesn't matter who wins it now because they will be challenged by Demolition immediately. Daba says the Carnival of Fear are out for blood, and one way or another, they plan to collect. And in the main event, AWA Television Championship. This pissed off Dusty, by the way, in case anybody was wondering. 65%. Dusty Rhodes runs to the ropes and goes to give Larry a clothesline, but Larry ducks. He then gets behind Dusty to run him into the ropes for a roll-up pin, but Dusty hits Tommy Young, who was in the way. Larry gets the pin, but there's no ref for the count. Baby Doll and Nicole gets on the apron to give Larry a chair. Larry turns around, but Dusty is back up and kicks Larry in the midsection. Larry drops the chair. Dusty picks it up and nails Zbyszko in the back. Dusty then puts him in a sleeper hold. Tommy Young is back up and calls for the bell as Larry is tapping out to the sleeper. The crowd is excited. Dusty is the new AWA TV champion. Tommy Young is waving off Dusty, who is raising his hand in victory. Tommy goes and talks to the ring announcer. The ring announcer says that due to DQ, the winner of the match is actually Larry Zbyszko, and he retains the TV title. We lost Pop because of that match, probably, actually. But that's okay. 82%. Mm. 82%. That sucks too, because 82% is like still a really fucking crazy good score, but my popularity is so high right now. All right, so we're broke even. We're gonna lose pop on this because my tag series has not been hitting, but I'm only losing like 0.2, so it's not that big of a deal. All right, this one's at the Joe Louis Arena in Michigan. Let's go ahead and see who wins night 3 of the Super Tag Series. Oh, the Marvelous Ones defeat the Nasty Boys. That is a 66%. New York Connection loses to the New Rockers. That one is a 65%. That was a 5-star match? That was a 5-star match, dude? Huh? The Hart Foundation defeat the Young Pistols. I was not expecting that. A 5-star match? 76% between the Young Pistols and the Hart Foundation. What? I gotta remember that, guys. Holy shit, we have to remember that one. Yeah, I was not expecting that at all. That's crazy. All right, next up. 3.5 star, 79% match. Okay. This one will be one of the good ones. 3.5, 70% match. 3.5 star matches, but drastically different percentages. That was Rock and Roll. Oh shit, I didn't even write that down. Fuck. Rock and Roll Express won. I don't know who won between Midnight Express and Snake Eye Syndicate though. I'll have to look it up in a minute. And then Magnum TA and Barry Windham, the Midnight Riders, defeat Muda and Ming 77%. %74% show. Fine. Midnight Express and Snake Eye Syndicate. We got to go to the tournament here. Midnight Express won. Okay. All right. All right. We did 4.2 on the TVR for that. And event histories, I need to go look at. Uh, 20,100. Let's see. I don't. That's weird as fuck. That's not. Yeah, they give you the same fucking thing, but that's not what it was, bro. But I'm gonna write it down anyway because that's what it says in the game. But I'm almost positive that's not. All right, whatever. And then what the fuck else do I need to write down? Was that it? I think that's it. I gotta make sure I don't ever book two shows on the same thing again. Super annoying. All right. Don Callis, Pegasus Kid, and Wahoo McDaniel defeat Biff Wellington and Iron Mike Sharp and Brian Adius. Lady Amazon defeats Denise Storm, the Terminator. Oh, the Dominators. They finally teamed up with the Dominators. How about that? Defeat Bad Company. They actually got the dub, too. Holy shit. Hercules Hernandez defeats Mil Mascaris. Tommy Rich defeats Bad News Allen. John Tatum defeats Chris Champion. Tag Series number 2. Or night 4, really, technically. Snake Eye Syndicate win over the Nasty Boys, 65%. Three-star match, 71%. MTA and Barry Windham defeat the Young Pistols. Four-star match, 74%. Foundation defeat the New York Connection. The New Rockers defeat Muda and Ming, 74%. Three-star match. Rock and Roll Express defeat the Marvelous Ones in a 3.5-star match, 75%. And in the main event, the Fantastics and the Midnight Express, 5 stars again. All right, oh, that's kind of crazy. Because the first 2 nights did not go that well. So that's pretty awesome. Still lost popularity overall, but it's all good. 77%. Alright, so we only got one more night of that, of the tournament. 20,150. 53, okay. Let's look at that tournament setup here. We only got one more night. We've got, oh my god, is that really set up that way? Is this set up with the fucking Midnight Riders? And it's literally going to come down to the last night between the Rock and Roll Express and Midnight Express and the Midnight Riders versus the Heart Foundation is what I'm looking at right there. Let me look, because I already have it set up, I'm pretty sure. Rock and Roll Express, Midnight Express, and Heart Foundation Midnight Riders are literally the last 2 matches. That's crazy. That's going to be so sick. It's night 5, and it's in a huge-ass place, too. The Metrodome in Minnesota. Although I might change that. That's kind of crazy. It should not be in the Metrodome. Metrodome seems... It says potential audience 60,000, though. But, yeah, I don't... That's just a bunch of tag team. I mean, I know it's night 5, and it is coming down to the wire on 2 of them. That's crazy. So those are the only 2 matches that matter right there. Everybody else is just fighting for extra points in the group, but it's down to these 4. This is basically the final 4, and then whoever wins the blue group and the red group are going to go to the pay-per-view against each other. That's crazy how that worked out. That worked out way better than the fucking singles one. The singles one, you could kind of see who was winning from a mile away. We got 4 undefeated teams on this one. That's cool. Oh, we got a lot of shit going on. All right, let's see. Nothing there. Nothing there. Wait, did no, the head outer as well. Okay. Nothing there. Hey, I got some title matches here. Rip Oliver and Cannonball Grizzly defeated the Grappler and Jason Knight. And Billy Jack Haynes defeats Ken Shamrock again. The Warlord defeated Ole Anderson to retain the World TV title. Jim Neidhart defeated Tommy Rich. Ivan Koloff defeated Chris Champion. Baron Von Raschke defeated Brickhouse Brown. Psychosis defeated Jeff Jarrett. Eddie Guerrero defeated Sabu to retain the U.S. title. And Liger and Mysterio retained over Dustin Rhodes and Rob Van Dam. Super random. All right. Last show of this particular stream is AWA All-Star Wrestling Gold Rush, held in Rice Eccles Stadium in Utah. Big show here. Only 7 segments though, because it's like I said, it's like Clash of Champions, so there's a lot of matches, a lot of wrestling on this one. Alright, so we've got 100%. 100% intro. %. Medusa wins back the ladies championship with outside help from Paul Heyman over Velvet McIntyre. So she wins the ladies championship back, 68%. That's actually a 3-star match too. We've got the AWA Latin American Championship match to determine the first ever AWA Latin American champion. Manny Fernandez wins with the Flying Burrito. Manny Fernandez becomes the first ever AWA Latin American champion by beating Brian Pillman, 56%. Terry Gordy defeats Dallas Page by pinfall with a high-angle belly-to-back suplex to win the AWA World Class 6-man titles. The MVC are now champs. Terry Gordy, Scott Norton, and Steve Williams are the new AWA World Class 6-man champions, 67%. Sid Vicious defeats Vader, 82%. Sid Vicious successfully retained the AWA National Championship. I had that one on auto because I didn't know which way I wanted to go. And the main event match was also on auto, and Ric Flair and Luger defeat Sting and Animal, 85%, 3-star match. And at 82%, this is going to be a loss of popularity too. Arn Tully and Larry all come out after the match to help beat down Sting and Animal. Then Dusty and the Midnight Riders come out to try and even the odds. A huge brawl takes place as Gold Rush goes off the air. Another 0.2 pop loss. Hey, they held King of the Ring again, finally. Alright, let me look at my mail real quick. We sold 50,000 tickets for Gold Rush, but lost popularity, so that's not great. All right, let's check out what went on everywhere else. Ooh, AJPW and New Japan are 4-4. Interesting. Let's look at this King of the Ring here. Jimmy Snuka defeated Hulk Hogan to retain the Intercontinental title. Butch Reed defeated Junkyard Dog in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. Kamala and King Harley Race defeated the Twin Towers to retain the, what the fuck kind of tag team? And then Earthquake again wins over the what the fuck with this $1 million championship thing, bro? That is so weird. Big John Studd defeated Dino Bravo. Kiko Beware defeated Ron Bass. The New Japan Cup. Muda defeated Inoki to retain. Fujinami and Hashimoto retained, and Kushinaka retained, so no changes there. Okay. Jerry is in the wrestling world. Ooh. Oh, he's already with All Japan. Okay, cool. I was sure I was about to grab him. All right. And last day, Greg Gagne defeated Todd Champion. Lisa Moretti defeated Mountain Fiji, and Glacier defeated Tugboat Taylor. And then New Japan, Liger defeated Gary Wolf. Antonio Inoki defeated Yamazaki. The Great Muta defeated Raven in a non-title match. Popularity is going down right now, by the way. It's all good, though. We're still over 80 by far, so we're fine. We're fine, we're fine. Storyline. Let's see what the fuck's going on here. 78. I need this to get a little bit higher. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I needed to get higher. Maybe a little video package. And maybe a little gimmick match video package at Retribution for one more match between those two teams. My hot potato title. All right. Alrighty. Cool. What'd I do? Who did I say was gonna go after it? Southern Heat? I don't remember who the fuck I said was gonna go after. What did I say? You beat them already. We'll figure out a 6-man plan after the pay-per-view. I gotta decide what way I want to go. I'm probably gonna have Miracle Violence Connection retain it though. Okay, cool. Got a lot of titles, but I got a big roster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 titles. Ooh, 12 championship titles. It sounds like a lot, but it's not that bad when you really get down to it. It's whatever. Alright. Alright. That's going to do it for today. I actually have a 13, but the other one I'm not debuting until way later. Way later, because the women's roster isn't deep enough to have a mixed tag division, but I do have titles already made for it. I just haven't put them in the game. But that's going to be like way... I'm talking like way later, like 2000s. So... we're only in 1989. We're not even in the 90s yet. So, but I wanted to make. I wanted them to have already been made just so I could have them. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Next one we do, it will be all the way to AWA Retribution, the next pay-per-view, and hopefully. Oh shit! What was my rating for? What was my rating event history? I lost Pop, so it couldn't have been great. 77. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. It was the same as the fucking last Super Tag Series one? Viewership was 1.4 million people watched it. Alright, whatever. Gold Rush is kind of a bust, actually. I'm kind of mad about that, but it's okay. Where is my... Okay. All right. Might have to test something out when I get off a stream. But anyway, that's it. I'll be back with some more video game streams for the rest of the week. But for the Pro Wrestling Sim fans, I will be back sooner rather than later. Deuces.